If you are just tuning in, welcome. I am Mr. Turner with Turner's Tutoring for our live session. This is live tutoring where we go over some math, reading, and so on and so forth. We're going to get started shortly. To whomever who've joined, please throw into the chat what brought you here today. Thank you for joining. And remember, as one of the rules here, please do not put names or location in the chat, but feel free to use the chat to answer and to participate. Thank you. And we will be getting ready to start at 1. So that is in 4 minutes. Hello, everyone. Getting ready to get started. We have a few things on the agenda. Thank you to my few that have joined. Again, if you are willing and wish to participate, feel free to use the chat as long as you don't use your name or location. And please be polite with it. Thank you for joining. We've got another. So, let's go ahead and get started. Our agenda today is we've got vocabulary words, we've got a morning starter, and if we can get enough people for Blook It, I will start the Blook It. Go ahead and throw into the chat if you are wanting to do Blook It. Once again, I'm Mr. Turner. You guys know me. This is Turner's Tutoring. Let's go ahead and get into it with our first thing today, which is our vocabulary word. Where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? There we go. All right. Our vocabulary word for today is a long and difficult one, but I thought this one was very fun to say. You pronounce it vociferous or us. It is an adjective, so vociferous. It means noisy or talkative. Throw into the chat a way to use vociferous, a sentence to use it. Vociferous meaning noisy and talkative. How to use it? One simple sentence you can use. A vociferous argument broke out between the two drivers. You're going the wrong way. Turn around right now. It's your fault. You don't know how to maneuver that thing. An antonym or an opposite of this means quiet. So that is our vocabulary word. Try to use it in sentences this week. Let's go ahead and get into our morning starter. Or it is called morning starter, but our starter for this. And let's go ahead and do a few exercises together. Again, please use the chat to answer. I would love the participation. That helps me not just with the algorithm, but it helps me guide this live tutoring session to help you guys. If you're just here for Blook It, go ahead and type that. I'm just here for Blook It. Think of 6 words that mean the same as angry. First one that comes to mind is mad. And excuse the handwriting. This is why I'm a tech teacher and I type everything. Ooh, I'm making it worse. Never mind. That came out really bad. Mad. Mad, angry, stifling. I see another one. Livid, down at the bottom of the page. That is being viewed right now. Livid. Mad, angry, livid. You could go, I think, stifling. Let's see if I can spell this right. Stifling. We are going to double check that. Stifling. Not really adjacent, but it could somewhat work. So if you were searching this like I'm having to, because I definitely ran out of words, you would go angry, synonyms. Irate is a fantastic one. Annoyed, not really. Vexed and irritated. Vexed could be used it's more adjacent than anything else. And irritated is like mad and angry and annoyed all at the same time. All right, one sentence using both of these sight words, always and around. Always and around. Let's think of a sentence. And if you are just joining, soon this year, or one of the plans this year, on the idea of writing and all of that, I have been working on a novel for 3rd to 5th grade, would probably be the grade levels that it would most be into. This is going to be a chapter book. I am on the 2nd chapter of writing, and I should hopefully have that to publish in a couple months' time. I've been working really hard on that. So let's get back to the sentence. If you have a sentence in mind, please add a sentence using always and around. And once again, excuse the handwriting. And certainly, not last but not least, if you've just joined, please use the chat bar. Participate so that I know whether or not you guys are enjoying this tutoring, and Book It will be done shortly. So always and around. Homework is always going to be around. sad sentence, but a sentence nonetheless, using always and around. Let's go into our next one, context clues. Now, context clues help you determine the meaning of words and phrases while you're reading. Context clues go around the word that you are trying to define, and it helps you define it. So, determine the meaning of the word bold, or the word in bold, from the context of the sentence. Was livid. We used this for the first one, so we can definitely answer this one. He was livid and his face grew red. His face grew red when he found his little brother had drawn on his homework. So I have 2 context clues, the main one being the face grew red. This is a visual. This is figurative language to an extent, even though it can be taken literally, to show livid. It is a great way to help your reader imagine the meaning of livid. Another context clue, not exactly. Again, this is more so adjacent to it than being an exact way to do it, is drawn on his homework. His little brother had drawn on his homework. I think I'd be really mad if my little brother had drawn on my homework. So I've got understanding, angry, happy, and calm, and we always read all of the answer choices before we answer something. But we know this one is angry. Let's keep going, and thank you to all those who have just joined. Stay on. If you're on for the Book It, bear with me. We're going to get through the warm-up, and then I'll put the Book It on. But let me know that you are here and you do want to do the Book It by using the chat. I don't see anyone using the chat and putting messages in the chat. Draw a line between the amounts that are equal. I've got 35 plus 10 is 45, plus 3 is 48. So we're going to make a note that that's 48. I've got 54 plus 25 plus 3. Oh no, that's a lot of big ones. Let's go for the ones place value first. 4 and 5 equals 9. plus 3 is 12. So remember that you have 12 to add to the tens. 50 plus 20 is 70, plus 12 is 82. 24 minus 17. You can't do this without borrowing, so it's going to be like you're doing 14 minus 7 equals 7. 1, or the 10 minus 10 equals 0. So that's 7 left over plus 1 equals 8. Let's move over to this one. 7 plus 9, that gives us 16. Minus 8 gives us 8. 70 minus 22. I can't do that without borrowing, so it's going to be like I borrow a 10 from here. I'm going to make that 10 minus 2 is 8. And that's now a 6. 60 minus 20 is 40. We're going to go on to the next one. 44 minus 22 is an easy peasy lemon squeezy one. 44 minus 22 gives me 22. 22 plus 60 gives me 82. So the lines get drawn like this. That one to that one, this one to the top one, and this one to the middle one. Next one. Write the expanded form of 437. So expanded form is as you're doing it to its place values. I've got 400, so 4 in the hundreds place, 100. 3 in the tens place, so 30, and 7 in the ones place, so 7. Now write the number 400. Let's go 400. It has been a while since I have done that, because it has been a while since I've been in the classes that work on this. 437. Last one, and then we'll start the Blookit. Give me a thumbs up, at least in the chat, if you are ready for the Blookit, please. Write the math sentence and solve the word problem. Show your work. Eli picked 10 red apples. Next, he picked 23 yellow apples. Then he picked 17 green apples. How many apples did Eli pick in all? So we're going to pause on that for a second. Let's see if the chat is actually working. Hello, chat. Couple exclamation points. Yep, the chat is working. So welcome to my individuals. Please use the chat bar. Let's go ahead and get back into this word problem. Eli picked 10 red apples. Eli, 10 red. Next, he picked 23 yellow. And then he picked 17 green. How many apples did he pick in all? It tells me that I am adding. So I'm going to do 10, 23, and 17. I'm going to do 3 and 7. Gives me 10 and carry the 1. 1, 1, 1 is 3 plus the 2 is 5. So how many did he pick in all? He picked 50 apples in all. Let's see if we can get the Blookit going. All right. I'm going to be doing this Blookit with you guys. I really hope those who've joined the chat join us. I'll leave the code up on the screen so that everybody can do it. but I also have to split screen. Let's do multiplication and division practice to start. Ooh, there are a lot of new ones. Did it freeze on me? I think it did. You guys can still see me. Let's go back to it. And let's share. I'm good. You guys are on. Perfect. Much better. I'm going to open up this. I wish you guys were using the chat so that I could have your guys' take on which one you want to do. But I know a lot of individuals like doing the crypto hack. So let's go ahead and start that. I'm going to put a 10-minute timer and host. We're going to put that on the left. I'm going to open up a play just in case. 871 4093. If you are able to join, please put that code into it and join. And I know crypto is one of the ones that you are able to join after. Look, it is a fun, fun game that us teachers are able to use in the classroom. This one in particularly is multiplication and division practice. If it requires you to leave the live stream to join, do not feel bad about doing so. I'd rather you have fun with the book it and join us than be not being able to join and play. I'm going to give it another minute. I see a few individuals still on. Definitely use the chat so I know whether this is what you guys want to do or not. In our next live tutoring session, I'll be able to change it for the next time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So on the right is going to be the scoreboard. On the left is going to be the instructions, and that's like the student view. So if you're someone that wants to use this in the classroom or you're a parent at home looking for activities to encourage your children to enjoy learning and get more into the learning, um, this is a fantastic way to encourage the education at home because us teachers can't do it by ourselves. We definitely need all the help we can get, and so on and so forth. Um, living on the edge, playing a book it by myself is definitely living on the edge. If you're enjoying this live session and learning and all of that, please leave in the chat. If you're not able to join and it doesn't open for you, definitely put the answers in the chat. 40 divided by 4 is 10. 20, yay! 63 divided by 9 gives you 7, and there's a nice little trick with this. What is in the tens place value? Usually with the nines tell if you go one up is another one of those tricks. I know there's 3 tricks to solving the nines. So this is one up above the 6, and the tens place is 7. Let's go for the middle again and double it. And give it to the next person. Let's go 7 times 8 is 56. Middle, that'll do. 7 times 9 is 63. Hack. There is no one to hack. I wish. I know I have at least 2 people on that can join. Please join and have fun with us. It is the code right here. You go look at join in your Google search, and so on and so forth. 15, middle. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Hack. There is no one to hack. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And this is the nice thing about it. It is semi-competitive, but it's just a fun game. You have points. You have your scoreboard. You can get them to play, or you can do individual play, and they play against themselves. You just see how many points they score. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 48 divided by 8 is 6. Thank goodness I'm getting these right. 4 times 8 is 20. What? 32. Just when I say thank goodness I'm getting these right. Even teachers make mistakes. 28 divided by 4 is 7. I'm like, none of these, because I was stuck on the 24. 45 divided by 9. Again, the 9's trick. You can add them together to give them 9. You're looking at the tens place. 1 above 4 is 5. Ooh, double. 72 divided by 8 is 9. Again, 7. 1 above is 8. You know this is a nines fact because you can add the 2 digits together. 7 plus 2 is 9. Just another trick to solve your nines. Triple! Hurrah! 8 times 10 is 80. 6 times 10 is 600. No! 60. Aha! Thank you to those who have joined. It would be really great to play a game of Look It with you guys if you are able to. I understand if you are not or just don't want to. That is 10. Double. That is 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Triple. Again, that is luck. 72 divided by 9. So again, we've done this, so we know it's 8. But 1 up to 7 is 8. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 5 times 6 is 30. 56 divided by 8 is 7. Thank goodness, I was only 90% sure on that one. 8 divided by 8 is 1. That is a ones fact. 77 divided by 7 is 11. And 11s, all the way up to 9s, you can run it like a ones fact. Just you do double digit, not one digit. 81 divided by 9 is 9. 66. Triple. That is our third triple. 11. So again, 99 divided by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1 both times, so on and so forth. Oh, we're getting lucky on those triples. That's 16. That is 100. And then this one's a cool one. One time you do the tens place values. 1 times 1 is 1, and then you latch the zeros, and I've got 2 zeros. 5 times 5 is 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We used up all our luck. No doubles, no triples so far. There we go. 3 times 8 is 24. There's our fact again with the 24s. 4 times 11. So this is again with the ones fact. If you know your ones fact, you can solve this. 4 times 1 is 4, and then it's just 4 next to 4 or 44. That is 6. We've done that already, I think. That is 6. So that is a double stack. 6 times 6 equals 36. 5 times 5 equals 25, and so on and so forth. Side note, if you like our channel, and you don't necessarily have to use the chat here, but if you want to use the another way, you leave messages in the on my videos and whatnot. One of the ideas I have is to start doing some songs. So I looked up and I've been going and using Schoolhouse Rock. And if you don't know Schoolhouse Rock is a fantastic thing from when I was young. And in elementary school, like that, and even before. So it came out before I was in elementary school, but when I was in elementary school, we used Schoolhouse Rock a lot to practice a whole bunch of different whatchamacallit, concepts for school. So like lots of reading concepts. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Um, there's ones for the multiplication facts. There's a ton, but if you want me to dabble in writing some songs and trying to sing horribly, um, I am definitely willing to go do that and post it to the channel. We know we have 20 seconds left. So what we're doing is since we're doing a solo play, you push to get as many points as you possibly can. 64 divided by 8, 8 times I 8 and I 8 and I threw up a 64. And then it takes you to this, which is really good on this. Let's see how many points we've got. Those who are going to go and watch this um on after it's been posted and whatnot. So after the live, you're not watching it live, that code will not work anymore. But you can always go and start your own bookets and search the database and all of that. I'll actually, while I'm on the live, that would be a really good thing to show. So let's interesting. Let's sharing for a second. Cool. Um, Wowza. I'm going to have to exit out of that. So I'm going to share my screen once again. And we're going, you could play again, but to get to this, if I refresh, it's going to go to that. I can go to my dashboard. And this is a really good thing to know is to search the in the discover that one that we just played and all of my favorites are all ones that teachers and people and other individuals have gone in and done and made so they're and when they're teacher verified and whatnot, that's a new thing with this. It's really nice that they have that. And so if I just click on this, and if I really like what this is doing, we're not going to do that. I mean, it technically is ish third grade, but I can host the game or I can play solo. And either one of those is good. Um, Host a game, you'll have to split screen it, but if you play solo, you don't have to split screen. If you like it, you favorite it, and then it comes over here, and then you always have that. And this just requires an email to be able to favorite things and start building up different uh Blookits that you can use and so on and so forth. But that's Blookit. I did not get anybody saying in the chat bar that they wanted to play Blookit, so that is enough on that. We did math already. What we are going to use right now is a website called Anton. And this is a digital website. I really have been getting into Anton for the videos that I've been producing and for everything that I have been doing. I really like this. So we've done a math. Let's go ahead and get into exercises. I'm in the fourth grade one. I've searched by subject. I'm going to go into, let's do verbs together. Now, there are some other things, and when I get into doing a second live a month, I'm going to be doing a live session for learning English. They do have a subject of English learning. So in this, they have the ELL for Spanish speakers, which is nice as well. But this is another just resource for people to use to learn. So I'm going to back. Oh man. I messed it up. There we go. I'm going to go back into the verbs. Let's go ahead and work on a few of these together. And these are really nice. They have read aloud to tell you the directions. There's a hint in case you don't know how to do it. You don't know what a verb is or otherwise, but these are really, really good because it's guided practice. They let the student answer it. It's all by choosing it, and all of Anton is free. I created an account, but it is free to create the account. And you can go through and have it where if your student is on the level of what the resources that they have, you can use it. Welcome. We have another person that has jumped in. Right now, we're doing verb practice in Anton. I've just been talking about Anton as a wonderful, wonderful resource. We did a Blookit. So if you want me to do a Blookit after this, please jump into the chat and tell me Blookit, Blookit, Blookit. It has to be at least 20 times that you say Blookit. So we're looking for the verb is play. And it either tells you that it's good or it doesn't. Select the verb in the sentence. We selected it. Hide, and then the continue. So remember, anything that you can do, action, is a verb. Cooked. Painted is our verb. We can do that. This one's a little bit more difficult, but I'm wanting to say it's nose. And let's practice the hint real quick. So, really awesome. It doesn't take it off the screen. It doesn't um forfeit the question that they're working on, but it also doesn't give them the exact answer. In the next one, so say I am not sure and I click on one, it's going to tell me that, and I can either solve it with the help or I can do it myself. So happen and decide. Ask, breathe, think. And the best thing about this is these are short activities and they can go back and do it if you got any reds. You're working and nowadays there's a reward path for it that allows you to work for coins and based off of the amount of time that you're doing activities you get coins, it builds up, and then you can spend those coins on changing your avatar. So he's thinking right now. Shout, think. He's thinking. Now now it's getting into sounding things out, so it's working on different parts and making sure that they're hitting all senses. And I understand it's a computer program, it's not perfect, but also this is better than nothing. So instead of the kid going in and just playing on the tablet on any random thing, download the Anton app, create a profile with whatever device you're using, and have them do a couple activities so that they're practicing at home. So think, uh, not sure on that one. Gonna have to hear that. Build or break. So those are antonyms. It's a good thing because now it's getting into a answer choice. It's either she's building something or she's breaking something. Building. B U I. So are they disappearing or are they cheering? They are cheering. So auditorial, visual, they're moving things around, they're being acclimated to the spelling, to the hearing it, and all of that. So she's drinking it, and now the activity is done. You get a little bit more for getting all of them correct. And I think you get the coin. I haven't dialed down on what allows or what is the basis in getting the coins. Either a verb or an adjective. So plunge, I can plunge into the water. Beige is a color, it describes. Special describes. Imagine is a verb. Shaggy describes it. Remove. Floppy and disappear. So they follow these structures, and it is um you do it enough, you start to see kind of the same structured mini activities, but they're really good activities and so on and so forth. I use this in my tutoring in person, and it is a good resource for a quick thing to go and do a couple activities with the child to strengthen whatever it might be. And students are used to doing things on the computer. So you differentiate the different types of instruction that you're doing. And if I have time at the end, I go in and I use this to kind of solidify what we've been going over for whatever that tutoring session is. Thank you for joining. I think you just joined. We're working in Anton. These are the verbs, and I've just been doing some exercises, and we've been practicing together on the verbs. Throw into the chat a hooray if you like tutoring and you like the channel. And if you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe. But thank you for joining. Let's get back into it. This is a good function because it has the read aloud. So I'm looking verbs and nouns. So 1+1 math add. Ooh, not sure. You can try it and it'll tell you if you're wrong. So that's a verb. To think, to help or to mend. Nope. I'm not sure what that one is. To grow, to organize. Nope. Neat, cook, or noun. Okay. That was a lot of reds on that one. I was not sure on those ones. All right. So that is Anton for that. We've practiced enough verbs. I would like to possibly go into and see, there's a lot of stuff, and even in the preschool one, that is really good puzzles and whatnot, and just help for whatever grade level that you're on. If you don't want to go by subjects, you can go by groups, I want to say. Nope. Oh, coming out of it, I guess. The subjects, you click on the subject you're wanting, and then you go into the grade level if it's a within that. We have 15 more minutes together. We may come back to that. Actually, we can still do some Anton practice. Let's switch to math. We were in 4th grade. We can keep it in 4th grade. 4th grade, big time year. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, big time years for fractions. I did a factors video this last week. Those factors are really good. Patterns. Actually, patterns would be fun. So when we're looking at patterns, the reason why this is in math, it is one of the sayings I like to always say One of the things I always like to say, one of the things I always like to say is math is all about patterns. When you're able to see the patterns in math, you're able to do better in it. Let's see what this is all about. Choose. And that's where it's the fourth grade thing. So when you start talking about the type of pattern, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B, and it repeats that. That's when you start getting into the upper grades of elementary. So what matches this is this one right here. Oh, that was that. So red book, blue book, yellow book. And that's what I'm talking about where it gets more complicated, where you repeat the particular spot in the pattern, and that's that. A, B, B, C. So A shape, B, B shape, C shape. And then it and that's that last one. So orange, purple, A, B, A, B. First row is 10, and then it increases by 5. So I've got a 10 and I've got a 10. So first row is 10, then I increase by 5. This one's increasing by 10, this one's increasing by 5. And that's where it gets to the fourth grade concept of increasing the complexity of the pattern. Like in kindergarten, you do shapes patterns, but you're not understanding why. So this is a fun one. This one's an interesting concept. Start at 1. I've got a 1 here and I've got a 1 here, but then the doubles. So when it 1 doubles to 2, yes, but 2 does not double to 3, it doubles to 4, 8, 16, and so on and so forth. These are fun. So 64 is the starting point. I've got a 64 here and a 64 here. But every cycle, every next number is exactly half of the previous 64, 32, and so on. Okay. 64, 8 sheets. Uses is subtraction, so you're decreasing by 8. So 64, 56, 48, which is also the multiples. Choose the right number pattern for each story. I think we've done that. Good. That was really fun. Um, it keeps backing out completely. I want to go math, and I want to see if third grade has that as the patterns. Practicing division, multiplication strategies, measuring, geometry, fractions, time. Nope, it does not have it. So I'm going to go back to math, and I'm 90% sure it's in kindergarten. See, all of these really, really good resources in this to just go through and look. Adding and subtracting, measuring, sorting and classifying is patterns. There we go. So it's part of their patterns stuff and noticing patterns in different things. Uh, this is the basic concept of that, and then you're able to check it. So another neat thing to look at is the prompts that it gives us. We just did fourth grade patterns. Now we're in kindergarten patterns. And because we're in kindergarten, now the program, Anton, and thank you for joining. We're working in Anton right now for our live session or our live tutoring. If you would like to do a book it to finish off after this one, please put in book it. Use the chat and participate. But thank you for joining. I'm Mr. Turner. So the patterns in fourth grade, they were a lot more complex. The directions give a lot more. They're reading things for you because they're adapting to the lower level so that a kindergartner or an individual in the kindergarten level would be able to do it. And then those pop-ups directions were really good too. And increases the vocabulary with the understanding that we're in a kindergarten one to help. So again, I really like Anton for practice. And if you are an individual that has joined and is looking for English practice as well, I will be starting in February to do a English live session, and I want to say Wednesday evenings and so on and so forth. Listen and connect to the correct pattern. So striped is this one. We got to bring it to it. And so this is why Anton's really good is because it's bringing auditorial, which is listening skills, to visual skills, to touch skills and moving around the computer and all of that. So it's using multiple senses. Even though it's a computer program, they're not able to necessarily manipulate it in physical, but it's still really good. Dot. Our dot pattern is this one. We didn't get coins for that one, but also Anton's just a really good one to just go in, do regular practice. So it's not just at school that kids are learning, that they're learning at home as well. And I know one of the biggest hurdles is that parents don't always know what resources are out there and so on and so forth. But that's cool. So to see the increase in the math patterns and so on and so forth. Let's see if in grade 2 they have a patterns one. I'm going pretty fast. Now, this is an extensive program. Even though I've been using it, there are so many different resources for this. And it's not going to be exact to the school district that you live in, teach in, or otherwise. But this is definitely, if you have a little bit more leeway as a parent or as a teacher to be able to institute this, it's free, it's awesome, and it can still supplement the the teaching that you're doing or supplement things that they're doing in class. So also, as a word of advice, one of the best things that you can do as a parent is be up to date on what your child is learning, and then if you're not necessarily familiar with the resources that your particular district is utilizing, definitely ask the teachers, hey, what concept are you guys learning? Or ask the child, and then search it in Anton. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship. I just really, really like Anton. So, no, there is nothing for grade 2. Grade 1, let's scroll all the way down, start from the bottom. If you are homeschool parent, homeschooling at home, and you're looking for extra practice to prepare your child, this is I teacher approved. It's appropriate content to the grade level, appropriate in the form of there's nothing that the child shouldn't be looking at, and appropriate in the fact that it's measured to the grade level of what the child is working on, and so on and so forth. But I do not see patterns here. So I want to go up back to 4th grade, and I want to do one more exercise with the time that we have in the patterns. I liked that. Let's do shape patterns. I don't want to draw. Complete the pattern. Let's see what that does. So this is that AB formula because we're back in 4th grade. A, B, A, B. So our next one is the orange. This one is like what we saw. Hello. Thank you for joining and using the chat. That makes me very happy. I know I was going to end in 4 minutes, but if you are someone that wants to do a Blooket, I will stay on a little bit longer to do one more Blooket. Just put it in the chat if you're wanting to do it. If not, stick around, hang out. I'm happy to have you. And thank you for using the chat and all the hearts. That's fantastic. Your motivational clips. Thank you. It is truly motivational. So I will be ending after this one unless you want me to continue since you just joined. But we are following in this one 4th grade content with patterns. And the 4th grade content starts the formula of following A, B, C and applying that to patterns of shapes and numbers. So with this particular program or setup, it's following A, B, B. So our next one, we look at and we go, yeah, that's easy to see. But what we're adding in the 4th grade content is being able to tell what the letter combination is. So A, B, A, B, B, A, B, C, and so on and so forth. So this one is A, A, B, and then A, A, B, and so on and so forth. Ooh, so this uses 3 shapes A, B, C. So you look further in the pattern. That one, don't know what it is. That one, that one, that one, and then look at the pattern so it uses the stars. So this is your A, B, C, and then it starts over to solve it. Again, this is A, B. We've got our A shape, and then we've got our B shape. A, B, or to simplify it, star. That is 6 points. Hexagon? No. Yes, maybe. Thank you for sticking around and being very motivational and sending all the hearts and using the chat. Our next one is filling in all of this. So looking at it, the heart, the circle, and pentagon, heart, circle, pentagon, heart, circle, heart. This is ABC, ABC. And if you are on and you are a parent and you have not seen this or you want to use this in your own studies and whatnot, this is called Anton. This is not a paid shout out for utilizing Anton or anything like this. I'm a teacher. I love having resources. This particular resource is a free resource and it has a whole bunch of different things. It follows that same pattern of what or the structure of what you were seeing. It gives hints. It allows the student to productively struggle to an extent of not necessarily to where they don't want to do it, but it also not giving them the answer. But it's Anton. It's a really, really good program. It is free, but the only thing is you have to create a profile, and it is found in the App Store as well. There now, those that just joined, if they're still on, this is starting in February. I'm going to be moving to 2 live sessions. One is going to be my elementary practice, and the other is going to be English classes live. And I'm looking at Anton to definitely use it for the English classes and so on and so forth. The information on that is to be continued. So, my friend that is on, do you want me to do a Blookit? Or is it okay to end here? And thank you for all the support. If I don't get an answer, I'm going to call it on this. But thank you for making the last little bit of the live session fantastic by jumping in and saying hello. An awesome hello to you. I hope that the volume has been working. The volume key has looked like it has. Oh, I definitely missed that. But thank you for joining. Oh, we've got another. So the live session is ending now. I'm staying on for just a second, but we are an education channel. If you like this and you like education content, please subscribe to the channel. Help me grow. I'm at 100, almost 150 subscribers. I've been doing this for a year, just trying to jump on and give parents a resource to be able to use that is free, that they know is going to be providing content that is fun, hopefully, but also educational and helps them grow on their education journey. I've recently added English classes to it as well. So if you know anyone trying to learn English, share the channel with them. If you know parents that are looking for channels that have wholesome content, I do read alouds, I do math videos, and then of course I do these live sessions once a month. Thank you for joining. I'm Mr. Turner, wishing you guys a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great one.